salivary glands. This is the parotid, sublingual, submandibular. The esophagus comes down behind the trachea, and it keeps coming down to the stomach. So all this is esophagus. And then here's the cardiac orifice, cardia region, fundus, body, pylorus. Now, the layers of the stomach is mostly the same as what you're going to see in the intestines. There's just one small difference in the body of the stomach. So the mucosa layer is the lining of the stomach, and you can see the rugae. And then right above that, you have the submucosa. These three are the muscularis layer. You have oblique, circular, and longitudinal. And you can see they're going in that direction. So the fibers for this one are going diagonal, so that's oblique. These are going around the organ, so that's circular. And these are going along the length of the organ, so that's longitudinal. Everywhere else in the intestines and the rest of the stomach, they do not have an oblique layer. It's only found in the body. And then the serosa layer is the top layer that's also known as the visceral peritoneum. I'm just going to keep calling it serosa. So serosa layer is the very outer part. Pyloric sphincter coming into the duodenum. That's the first part of the small intestine. And then the small intestines loop around. And the second part is the jejunum. And I'll point in here for jejunum. And then the end part down here is the ileum, and I'll point down here for ileum. And you can see the cutouts for these two are over here. We'll go through those later. The jejunum comes down, and it comes into the large intestine. This is the beginning of it. Through the ileocecal valve. And this I will show you on a different picture over here. It's much bigger, a little bit more clear. So the valve is here. Cecum is the very bottom part of the intestine. It goes up the ascending colon, which is going behind the small intestine. So ascending colon comes up, goes across the transverse colon, which they took away so you can see the stomach, but the transverse goes across, comes down the descending colon, and then this last part here that makes kind of an S shape is the sigmoid colon to the rectum, to the anus. For the stomach, we know that this is the lesser, this is the greater curvatures. This is the greater omentum. And what it does is it lays completely across all of this, and they've just pulled it back so that you can see the intestines. So that's the greater omentum. The lesser omentum would be here, and it would hang up toward the liver, but they've removed it so you can see all the blood vessels and stuff. See the gallbladder, cystic duct, hepatic ducts, and then here's the start of the common bile duct. And then here you can see the hepatopancreatic sphincter, the opening to where the common bile duct comes in. Any questions on this guy? Can you do the glands again? So parotid gland is up here next to the ear. Sublingual is under the tongue. Submandibular is under the mandible.